Good morning, friends. Actually, this is Shiva here, and in this the video, I like to cover or discuss about SAP S4 HANA versus the traditional SAP business suites, right? So, SAP offers various enterprise resource planning ERP products. The most important ones are SAP ERP, including its various enhancement packages, that is EHPs, SAP Business Suite on SAP HANA, and the new SAP S4 HANA solutions, right? And this video describes the similarities and differences between traditional products and SAP S4HANA. First, we will discuss the key areas and goals of each product and then explain the important concepts behind the new solutions, its simplification concepts, its new data model, and underlying HANA, SAP HANA databases, as well as the new SAP Fiori user interfaces, right? UI. So finally, we will address the integrating SAP S/4HANA into your system landscape, reviewing changes on the existing interfaces. Based on the information in this video, you can able to assess and plan your migration to SAP S/4HANA in your industry. Okay. So I hope actually this video definitely help you to judge what are the pitfalls, what are the success points, what are the advantages. So, I mean, of S4 SAP S4 HANA over the traditional SAP Business Suite. And those who are already into the SAP Business Suite will normally, I mean, those users already having experience with the Business Suite will definitely they will feel actually why we need to migrate to the theory based applications, and definitely there will be a difference, right? Their navigation and here everything is in tiles format. Each and every transaction or application will be in tiles format, right? So that is a difference. So so that's what comparing SAP S/4HANA with SAP Business Suite based on core business process, pressure for a change, growing data volume, in-memory SAP HANA technology, future challenges, more holistic value chains, new digital core. Okay. For several decades, SAP has been the market leader for the business software, known especially for its application in the core business areas and for its ERP products in particular. Okay. The most popular ERP products are SAP Arba 3, SAP Arba 3 Enterprise, and SAP ERP, that is including its various EHPs, right? Enhancement packages. How does here actually we have a question rise in mind. How does SAP S/4HANA fit into this portfolio? The answer is um, we need to look on the detail of core business process and which is conflicting requirement your business application phases. Actually, saying SAP S/4HANA is not a successor of earlier ECC versions, but it is a new product. This is to be key, we need to keep in mind. And core business process, as said, forms the backbone of any enterprise on top of the standard process implemented by the software vendor. Usually, enhancements are added to meet the enterprise specific requirements, therefore, developing new and advanced business process, strengthening customer relationships, optimizing goods movements, and many more. One of the characteristics of core process is their high level of stability at the first glance. If you take a closer look at this process, you will see that now they undergo changing requirements and expectations as well. The supporting software solution must therefore be able to take into account a new perspectives and issues. Otherwise, the software solution no longer supports business process but instead hinders them. Pressure for a change. In addition to this process related pressure for a change, another pressure for the change is driven by the technical requirements. As with other technical products, the technological innovations enable new design approaches for the ERP systems. Such a technological innovations allowed SAP to develop a SAP ARPA 3, the successor to SAP R2, right? RBAR 2. This is a new system use the client server architecture for the first time and thus permitted a new usage patterns and in-memory SAP HANA technology. The new SAP in-memory database, right? SAP HANA was the next technological innovation. In the past, software solutions had to be compensated for the slow access to the physical data storage media when users worked with the large data volumes, right? Thanks to the in-memory databases, this compensation is no longer necessary, opening up a new realm of possibilities for the architecture of the data models and the related process. Future challenges, right? As a user of an ERP solution, the question you should ask yourself is can I benefit from an advanced software solution? To answer this question, you should consider the dimension of time. How will the requirements for my business process change in future? SAP asked itself these questions, and we saw from analyzing these conflicting requirements that SAP could only meet future challenges if they revise the application core. Okay, even if the traditional ERP architecture can cover the current process in an enterprise, in a few years this architecture will probably no longer be sufficient. If you look at the future trajectory of data volumes in the context of new era data volumes, so we can do a study conducted by a Cisco, a telecommunication company, right? So you can see all the data in cisco.com website. Okay, solutions and collateral service providers, visual networking, like that, a big the web link, right? According to these examples, the volume of global internet protocol IP data traffic will be triple, and data volumes for machine to machine communication will increase sixfold within the next 5 years, and in 10 years it is more than the more than 6 times more than that the data volume, right, in coming days. So all become digital. So growing data volume. Application architectures from 90s can no longer process these data volumes with the performance your business requires. Thus, SAP would offer suboptimal solutions had it ignored this basic architectural change. Okay, and more holistic value chains. In addition, expectations about the scope of end-to-end process have risen. Process chains have become increasingly longer. The extension of process chains is indicated by the fact that the direct interaction between the manufacturer and the end customer has taken on a bigger role, and the fact that the various distribution channels continue to merge. A famous example is the omni-channel retail. Okay, for this reason, SAP has redistributed the functions of its applications. In addition to SAP ERP for more core business process, the traditional SAP Business Suite contained further standalone solutions such as SAP Customer Relationship Management (CRM), SAP Supplier Relationship Management (SRM), or a Supply Chain Management (SCM). Because these products were positioned separately, some functions overlapped by default, right? SAP S/4HANA now include process that were mapped by this standalone process in the traditional SAP Business Suite. So now we are calling SAP HANA platform is a digital core of SAP S/4HANA. We are managing workforce engagement, assets nothing but Internet of Things, which are connected to the intelligent sensors and ecosystems, a collaboration business network, and then customer is an experience based on omni-channel details. So this is a role of digital core in end-to-end process chains. Okay, and new digital core. So the SAP new digital core SAP is for HANA is designed to integrate and supplement default process with the core process compared to the traditional SAP Business Suite, where the integration between SAP ERP and other applications usually had to implement more specifically, right? SAP S/4HANA provides the major benefit of these functions integrated fully with each other. Many enterprise wants to gear up for these challenges, and SAP S/4HANA enables you to lay a technical foundation for the mastering these challenges. The solution can be rolled out gradually, that is, the individual components can be implemented when your business process requires them. And again, I'm giving my thanks to the compatibility between SAP S/4HANA and SAP ERP, right? So we can discuss in gradual from video to video. In coming videos, we can discuss this. And actually, let us talk about the simplifications factor. The rise of the so-called digital natives, right? The generation that has grown up with advanced digital technologies as employees fundamentally changes the requirement for IT business systems. More and more employees expect to access IT systems anytime, anywhere, and from any device, right? Furthermore, the application interfaces should be initiative and guide users, I mean, if possible, via the artificial intelligent AI. So, thus following users to focus on the content related solution to the business issues. Okay, this is the expectation of digital natives. So, SAP S/4HANA meets these requirements, which are the new user interface UA architecture and which adapted development policies for this UA, which is accessed via the browser-based apps on the front-end server. The name of this new UA concept is nothing but SAP Fiori. We can discuss in this video in coming sections. So simple, we are discussing about the simplifications. So SAP has for HANA meets these requirements with a new user interfaces UA architecture and with adapted development policies for this UA, which is accessed via the browser-based apps on a front-end server. The name of this UA concept is SAP Fiori, which will um, which we will discuss in more detail. Okay, the newly designed interfaces are only part of the overall simplifications that SAP wants to implement with SAP S/4HANA. However, SAP S/4HANA simplifications goes deeper. Simplifications and optimizations of data models from the foundations for this new concept. On this basis, access to data is considerably enhanced in comparison to the traditional suite. For example, you will have access to embedded data analysis functions, which are described in coming videos. Okay, and business applications are then built on these technical simplifications. And SAP has merged functions from the various areas of traditional SAP business suite into the SAP S/4HANA. While alternative solutions for similar business process have merged over time, SAP today focus on the applications that have gained the highest customer acceptance, right? Some applications in the traditional SAP um, business suite were replaced. I mean, the business the detail. I mean, the functionalities available in the business suites were replaced, and new functionalities are introduced in SAP S/4HANA. In most cases, adapting this implementation is mainly technical and does not require time-consuming projects on the customer side. However, depending on the individual structure of your system, further activities might be required. Usually, you can flexibly schedule these activities because the traditional functionality will still remain available for some time. Okay, and the simplification list for SAP S/4HANA is available in all the websites, SAP website. So SAP provides a complete list of functional simplifications in the simplification list for SAP S/4HANA. When planning your migration to SAP S/4HANA, you should always refer to the following: http colon for double forward slash bit dot ly dot E1448083 This will give you the list of simplifications in and around new S4 HANA systems. So now let's move on to the new product conclusions. Okay, on the simplification part. SAP S4HANA is a new product and not a new version of SAP ERP, right? And SAP S4HANA also covers all the business process but follows a new approach and is based on the different technical architectures. Thus, SAP currently provides two lines of products for the core business process. The traditional lines of products which contains or consists of core SAP ERP applications and EHPs as well as SAP CRM, SAP SCM and SAP SRM will be maintained at least until 2025 and is compatible with all the common databases. And I heard actually the due to the business um, many client requests actually SAP has extended the validity date till 2030. Okay, so the new line of products, SAP S/4HANA, which has comparatively or completely revised architecture, forms the basis for future innovations. This line of products is exclusively available on the SAP HANA in-memory databases. Okay, SAP HANA and SAP ERP. Okay, SAP S/4HANA refers to the separate line of products that is available in parallel to the line of products of the traditional SAP Business Suite. SAP S/4HANA is an alternative implementation of business functionality. Thus, changing to SAP S/4HANA means that you will switch to a different product family. So, introduce the members of this new product family, right? While migrating to the higher version within the product family is implemented via the upgrades. Changing the new product family usually requires a new implementation, right? For SAP S/4HANA, SAP also provides the option of converting an existing ERP system into the SAP S/4HANA system. Wherever, say, if even it is a 4.7 or older system, actually we can convert to SAP S/4HANA. So might be the migration time. I mean, is somewhat complex, right, compared to ECC6, right? Because it is a older system and many of the functionalities are missing. So we need to bridge the gap. So we need to in detail we can see that there are different technical options for changing to the new product family. Okay, so product families we can differentiate into two, that is classical SAP Business Suite and SAP S4 HANA. So if you think on classical SAP Business Suite, the product versions are SAP ERP, SAP ERP enhancement packages, and in case of SAP S4 HANA Finance, we have one version, two version, and three version. So the migration, that is conversion or a new implementation, can be taken between these conversions, right? And SAP S/4HANA now later divided into SAP S/4HANA on-premise. That is, they from starting from 1511 1610 till that actually we are recent versions are there. And HANA and SAP S/4HANA Cloud, we have 1602, 1605, 1608, 1610 versions or upgrades are available. So this is just a comparison between the version of traditional SAP Business Suite and SAP S/4HANA product family. Okay, the new data model and the SAP HANA database. Okay, the traditional databases are based on the design that were developed decades ago, the technical condition as well as the usage requirements. Okay, during this time differed from today's expectation. Traditional databases have been enhanced for their ability to adapt to a new challenges is limited due to compatibility reasons. Okay, and limitations of traditional databases, what are they? So from the perspective of business application software, traditional databases lead to critical limitations and can complicate or even hinder the simplifications, accelerations, and integrations of business process. So the following characteristics, that is online transactional processing OLTP, online versus online analytical processing OLAP, technical restrictions, integrations. So these are the following characteristics of traditional databases can be obstructive. So when redesigning your business, okay. So now let's think on online transaction processing OLTP. versus online analytical processing OLAP. Okay, users of database solutions have to decide whether they want to analyze data, that is OLAP, or update data, OLTP. However, in many situations, a combination of both views makes sense. For example, for forecast and simulations, or for making decisions on the basis of the real-time data. So it is important for analyzing the data OLAP, and then for update data OLTP. Okay, and technical restrictions. The traditional business applications have to deal with various restrictions which complicate things for users. Okay, examples include logs that occur. The example include logs that occur so that only one user can work on a data set at a time, which slows down the process in the traditional SAP business suite or earlier versions. So another factor is the delay of resulting from the internal data editing process. Okay, updates carried out by other users or even by the same user, or sometimes written on the relevant system tables with a considerable delay. These are the technical restrictions. Technical restrictions we the updates carried out by the other users or even the same user are sometimes returned to the relevant system tables with a considerable delay. So we need to avoid this kind of one user at a time kind of thing delays, right? So that updates will be slow in traditional databases, and these are to be avoided in the SAP S4 HANA, where parallel processing is allowed and multiple sessions is allowed. Integration, right? In traditional application, the raw data is usually first. One thing I like to say, actually, we have the in ECC or any versions we have maximum 6 windows, but in SAP S4 HANA those kind of issues are not available. You can use maximum windows you can open and work on that. Okay, so definitely you will have a question. Say if both the users are working on the same object, what will happen? So definitely it won't change. It won't impact any change. Say yeah, so you can you are free from the issues. Okay, user entry errors. Integration. So in traditional applications, raw data is usually first internally prepared and consolidated via aggregates. These aggregates follow the specific logic of individual applications. If other applications use this data, a delay occurs. Furthermore, you will require semantic knowledge of the corresponding application aggregate. Okay. Consequently, the data first needs to be translated into data model of other applications. For this purpose, interfaces must be available or must be developed. Integration on the basis of such an architecture thus has advantages with regard to cost, that is development and maintenance of interfaces, and with regard to lacking real-time access. Okay. Over the last few years, new database architectures have been developed, so-called in-memory databases. SAP S4HANA completely based on this kind of databases. SAP HANA, that is the database called SAP HANA in-memory database. Okay, the following section describes the characteristics of SAP HANA and describes why no other in-memory databases is currently compatible with SAP S4HANA. Okay, SAP HANA, if you take a look of hardware development in the few last years, you will see that two basic changes arose at the turn of the millennium. On the one hand, multi-core processor architectures emerged out with them, and the option of substantial parallelization, and on the other hand, memory evolved from being relatively expensive and limited into being widely available, and data permanently stored in the main memory, right? Due to the memory restrictions with regard to the availability, therefore price, addressability, the data in software architecture was mainly stored in the hard disk, and only some data was stored in the memory. Accessing in traditional databases was limited by the hard disk processing speeds. In memory databases, the hard disk is only used to store, archive, and restore the data. The data is itself permanently kept in the main memory. Okay. In contrast to other in-memory databases, SAP HANA has further unique characteristics, right? So SAP HANA is not only an ideal generic database but also been optimized for the business applications due to SAP holistic experiences with kind of applications. The key result of SAP experience is that the data in SAP HANA is stored in column-based tables, while the data in other databases is stored in a row-based tables. This is very important. The key is that's what I like to highlight this. So SAP HANA is stored in column-based tables, while database in other databases are storing in row-based tables. So why we need to discuss here as a relevant, because in business application most data is accessed per column. Usually the value of field or selection of fields are selected and edited, the example names of set of employees or price of selection of goods, right? Rarely in entire set of rows required. Okay, therefore all the attributes of an employee or of a good, right, this is not required. Actually we need to select particular field or column, right? So if select statements are executed using column indexes, much smaller volume of data need to be processed. Okay, so don't want to process the all over the entire row like in SAP ECC or earlier versions. In SOS for HANA, whatever the column required we can directly process. Okay, so that is what if select statement are executed using column indexes, much smaller volume of data need to be processed. Moreover, the volume in columns can usually be easily compressed, in particular under the conditions given for business applications which consist of similar data. So this is a difference. SAP S4HANA is a column based approach. Okay, so it's a much faster. Say for example, if you store in a, I mean, it's a traditional SAP business would row storage, right? So supply ready, name, additional address, city, all these things are drilled out. Whereas in SAP S4 HANA column storage, supply ready, name, address, and city, but actually it is very highly executed. So that is the important thing. So all the employee data can be stored in the column wise. You are getting right. So that is important. So if particular user wants to get all the list of supplier IDs, then in particular column will only be executed rather than executing in ECC. Actually, if the supplier wants to, if a user wants to check the supplier ID, I mean he need to get all the name, address, city, all these related details. That is the really he doesn't need that, but in ECC no other way because it is a row wise execution. But in as for HANA we can we can drill down the data with the more specific information based on column storage. Okay, you are getting right. No need for name or address, city. Then actually no need for checking the data. So parallelization, another benefit of SAP HANA is that database has been optimized in such a way that main business data operations can be executed with high performance. For this purpose, SAP HANA uses multi-core CPUs for parallelization. In addition, algorithms are optimized using assumptions about the type of updates, inserts, and deletions, right, that are carried out frequently and should be consequently be focus for high performance. So now let's move on to the data model. Okay, so the optimization of data models for the database, okay, is designed to fully exploit the benefit of SAP HANA described in the previous sections. With this focus, SAP HANA, the following consequence arise for the data models in SAP HANA. Okay, S/4HANA. Aggregates are omitted, existing ABAP dictionary tables are redesigned, code is pushed down. Okay, the omission of aggregates, that to compensate for poor speed of traditional databases, data was previously consolidated in aggregate tables. The application then accessed these aggregate tables to read the data. However, this aggregate data had the following disadvantages. Due to the consolidation, entries in the aggregate tables always lagged behind the entries in the original tables. This delay increases with the growth of the volume of data that needs to be processed. So, comparatively more time required for getting the data. Another disadvantages is that the aggregation uses assumptions of the content as a prerequisite for consolidation. As a result, processing this data from different perspectives is usually not possible without network reworking the aggregation, and thus can be rather complicated task. For this purpose, right, to use the original data which reduce the processing speed. So I can say, compared to the traditional ECC database, S4 HANA database much more faster, more than 20 times faster than the traditional databases. Okay, and here you can see the simplification of data model for the sales document doing. Okay, in business suite, for the sales document to be processed, we have to store in different aggregate tables apart from the main tables. Okay, so header items, document flow, status header, status items, business suite in the sales documents, and data indices and aggregates, that is indices, LIS tables, rebates, LIS table for credit management, LIS table for others. So we have documents and other aggregate tables. But in SAP S4 totally for the sales document, we have only the header, that is including status, items including status, document flow including which is simplified. So it normally refers to the business data. Okay, so data indices and aggregates are much more simplified. Documents only, no aggregate on indices. Okay, so these are the simplification of data model for the sales document in the SAP S4 HANA. The usual aggregate table were omitted in this case. All the new S4 HANA optimized applications directly access to the original data. Note that aggregate continues to exist in the new data model. The database can emulate the table in a real time. For this purpose, SAP S4 HANA provides predefined database views. These views simulate the aggregates in a real time so that existing applications that have not been optimized for SAP HANA can be deployed smoothly. It is a database reviews. Okay. As a result, you will still have read access to existing custom developments such as reports, and you can usually still use these reports without needing adaptation to the new data model. Okay. So accessing the traditional data model. Okay, SAP S4HANA includes compatible data views which allows you to access the data model of the traditional SAP business suite. So now let's think on redesigning the ABAP dictionary tables, right? In addition to omitting aggregates, the architecture for the storage of original data is also partly optimized. So in this regard, you must keep in mind that data models in SAP ERP had been developed over several decades. On one hand, these data models had to be compatible with all the databases. On the other hand, rigid changes would have led to the problems with SAP ERP EHP upgrades, which are promised and expected to be easy to use. With the focus of SAP S/4HANA database and clear differentiation to existing products, SAP S/4HANA now also allows for redesigning the data architecture in general. In this process, data storage is further optimized for SAP HANA, for example, to enhance the compensation rate or optimize the general performance. Okay, and the code push down. So another innovations in SAP is for HANA is that the procedure can be directly transferred to the database, right? In the traditional SAP business suite, the ABAP kernel decoupled the applications from the databases to ensure compatibility to any type of databases. Consequently, the raw data first had to be loaded from the database and then concatenated in the application to carry out complex data intensive selections and calculations. So in SAP S4 HANA, some data related process are pushed down to the database itself, which accelerates the entire process, which is known as code pushdown. The code pushdown can be expected either in ABAP using the OpenSQL or via SAP HANA content created in SAP HANA Studio. Okay, this is these are the main things. Actually, redesigning of existing ABAP dictionary codes, omission of aggregates and code push down. Right. So the in SAP S4 HANA, some data related process are pushed down to the database itself, which accelerates the entire process, which is known as a code push down. Okay. So, how this affect the existing custom code enhancement, right? So, because existing OpenSQL data access still works, you can continue to the existing enhancement and only have to adapt them in the exceptional cases. However, these codes do not exploit the full potential of SAP S4HANA. Thus, when you plan to migrate to SAP S4HANA, you should check these custom codes should be rewritten and optimized because you can address custom codes at any time after migrating to SAP HANA. So you can enjoy the greater flexibility in the planning. Okay, converting data to the traditional data to the new data models. Okay, handling existing data. So how do these changes to data model affect planning a migration? So that is a very good news that we will have to take into account a small portion of this data model changes because SAP S/4HANA provides database views with all necessary compatibility. We have omission of aggregates, right? Already discussed. However, when planning your migration in the project, you have to bring your existing data into the new data models depending on the technical migration scenario. Okay. So wherever complex or individual scenarios, different technical procedures are used to convert the data. Usually, these procedures include execution of program after import, that is XRPA, or after import methods, aims. Regardless of the scenario you choose, converting the technical data will take some time, right? How much time this conversion needs mainly depend on the volume of the data to be converted. For this reason, you should check with the you should check what existing data can be archived before migrating to SAP S/4HANA. In this way, you can reduce the volume of data to be converted and thus minimize the conversion runtime. Okay, thanks to SAP S/4HANA built-in compatibility mode, application contain read modules that allow you to read archive data. Then actually we are going to see sizing. The sizing, right? If you want to implement a new SAP S/4HANA system or conversion to an existing ERP system to SAP S/4HANA, you will have to consider the following issues for the sizing. Sizing depends on the size of the database, right? The sizing rules for SAP HANA system and for SAP ERP systems differ. Analyzing hardware requirements, that is sizing, right? Sizing is nothing but the analyzing the hardware requirements for the modern system, right? Follow the different conditions and rules than sizing system based on the traditional databases. The main reasons for this difference is that SAP HANA stores data in a random access memory RAM, which requires a different sizing requirement. The new SAP HANA data architectures and embedded data conversion algorithms routine routinely achieve the data compression rates of 3 to 5 on an average. Okay, random access memory is equal to twice the compressed data volume. Okay, so as a rule of thumb, SAP recommends calculating twice the compressed data volume for the RAM volume. Okay, because sizing strongly depends on your specific condition. For example, on the comparison rate that can be achieved. SAP recommends running a sizing report in your existing SAP ERP system. You can see for further queries, you can see in service.sap.com/sizing web portal, you can see all this data. In a nutshell, SAP HANA database is more closely linked to implementing application functions than other databases in the previous years. This close linking is the only way for application to sufficiently benefit from the advantages of the databases. This close relationship is probably also right Why SAP HANA S4HANA currently only available for SAP HANA? This is an in-memory database of the third-party providers sometimes follow other approaches and require alternative implementations. Okay. So, random access memory has already told twice the compressed data volume, right? So, as a rule of thumb, SAP recommends calculating twice the compressed data volume for the RAM volume, right? Because sizing strongly depends on your specific conditions. For example, on the comparison of rate that can be achieved. SAP recommends running a sizing report in your existing ERP systems. So you can check in the check on the information on sizing on HTTP, that is service.sap.com/sizing. In the summary, SAP HANA database is more closely linked to the implementing application functions than other databases in the previous years. The close link is the only way for the application to sufficiently benefit from the advantages of the databases. This close relationship is probably also why SAP S4HANA is currently only available in for HANA, SAP HANA, and the in-memory databases of the third-party providers sometimes follow other approaches and require alternative implementation. Actually, many people ask me why other applications actually already they are having the on-memory or in-memory databases as third-party systems. Why can't they, it is not running in why can they are even unable to run SAP S4HANA? Because the answer is the same, right? So now let's move on to the Fiori user interfaces. SAP developed its traditional SAP Business Suite applications, assuming that users access the ERP system using specifically assigned front-end computer, right? The computer used for this front-end access is SAP GUI. Through the time-consuming process, SAP GUI had to be installed at all the workstations in the enterprise because the application could only be used with the appropriate and latest versions of SAP GUI on the user desktop computers. Okay, and role-based portals. Right, in 2000s, SAP wanted to provide users with the role-based access to the increasingly complex business process. For this purpose, central portals were successfully implemented, allowing user access via the browser. Connection to the SAP ERP systems were established through the dedicated front-end application deployed in the central portal. And new AI concept. Despite this progress, the interfaces in the SAP ERP system seem to be outdated. Um, in particular, if you compare them to the omnipresent interfaces of smartphones, tablet computers, and modern computers, right? SAP S4 HANA is based on a completely new AI concept called SAP Fury, which combines the technological changes with the newly designed user concepts. SAP Fury comprises three different types of apps which differ in regard to their focus and the requirements for the infrastructure. First one is transactional apps, second one is fact sheets, third one is analytical apps. So let us move on to the first topic, transaction apps. These apps enable you to perform transactional tasks such as creating leave requests for the employees. Transactional apps provides focused views for users to interact with the business process and solutions. Then comes the fact sheet. The fact sheet display contacts information and the most important aspects of central objects. For example, a purchase info record fact sheet provides information about the purchase info record business object. From a fact sheet, you can drill down to a detailed information about the relevant object. Analytical app, okay. With analytical apps, you can monitor relevant key figures in a real time and use them to make decisions. You can find the list of available SAP Fury apps in the SAP Fury app reference library already mentioned by choosing SAP S4 HANA or SAP S4 HANA Cloud. You can display the Fury apps that are available in available for the SAP S4 HANA. Thus, when migrating to SAP S4HANA, you should consider implementing SAP Fury. To facilitate this migration, SAP has ensured the compatibility of the new product. You can still use SAP GUI to access applications. However, however, the users can only access the traditional SAP ERP applications via SAP GUI, but not the newly developed SAP S/4HANA functions which run on SAP Fiori. Okay. Flexible user access. SAP S/4HANA on-premise also enables to access the traditional transactions via SAP GUI. Okay, this is this compatibility allows for gradual migration. So okay, action now we can slowly one by one actually we will discuss in the new videos, right? So definitely we have the session or we that is our video sessions in coming days. Okay, and the technological changes. One major change with SAP Fiori is that no GUI graphical user interface component right is locally installed. A web browser is used to access SAP S/4HANA system, eliminating the time consuming process of setting up local GUI installations. Okay, and cross device process. Consequently, the users can basically use any internet enabled devices to access SAP applications and are not bound to their workstations but can use a smartphone or tablet to access SAP system. For this purpose, the SAP S4 HANA applications instances are supplemented by the central front end server. Okay, so how they are doing is actually the laptop or desktop or smartphone is connected to the SAP Web Dispatcher, and in turn it is connected to the front end server. So the front end server will have SAP Fiori Launchpad, SAP GUI for HTML, SAP Fiori applications and search options. Okay, and this SAP Fiori applications is linked to the above backend in SAP S4 HANA through the SAP Gateway, and SAP GUI HTML and search functionality are directly linked to ABAP backend in SAP S/4HANA, and this ABAP backend in SAP S/4HANA can be integrated with the HANA database. Okay, this is the architecture of SAP S/4HANA. So the web dispatcher establishes a connection to the front end server. On the front end server itself, you can find the Fiori Launchpad and the Fiori applications. These main components of the front-end server are complemented by an installed search function and SAP GUI for HTML, which is available for the compatibility reasons. Okay, so that actually they even the we can run the Fiori on the GUI also. That is for the classical Fiori, right? So SAP S4 HANA can even access the GUI. Okay, that is important. SAP Gateway is responsible for distributing the browser request of the front-end server across your various application systems, that is back-end systems. You can implement SAP Gateway separately or as a part of the front-end server. Also, you can install the front-end server on the central instance. Okay. In most cases, you should install the front-end server separately as a central front-end hub. I hope actually the technical guys can know more than that than a functional guy, because I'm a functional guy. I know little information on that. So SAP recommends installing the front end server on the central instance, that is embedded only for the single system landscape, such as a proof of concept installations or the small production systems. Okay, so we have this. Actually, while you are working in the project, you can come to know the required system instances and everything, right? So, say connecting the SAP Fiori front-end server to an SAP landscape, right? So that is connected. Um, say it's I already told actually SAP Web Dispatcher through it is connected to the front end server, and through the SAP Gateway the ABAP backend in S4 HANA SAP HANA database is connected, and ABAP backend in S4 HANA which is also connected to the multiple databases, right? And the laptop or mobile phone can be linked through a SAP Web Dispatcher. That is important. So that is a connecting an SAP Fiori front-end server to an SAP system landscape. Okay. So operating system, the operating concept behind SAP Fiori can be summarized in one word: simplicity. Okay. With SAP Fiori, SAP provides simplified access options for all the users. We have already come across one element of this simplified access from any end device. Okay. In addition, the structure of applications is simplified. The SAP Fiori Launchpad replaces SAP Easy Access menu of the traditional SAP Business Suite. The Launchpad consists of tiles used to access applications. Like we have this Windows based phones, right? Actually, you can see the tiles. Like that same thing, SAP also created for each every transactions. Actually, we have the tiles, so that user with English, with only English knowledge can easily work on the systems, and it is not that much complicated like the navigation in the traditional SAP systems. Okay, so that is the advantage of SAP Fury Launchpad. Okay, and live tiles with relevant KPIs. Okay, the Launchpad also includes so-called live tiles, which display relevant information from underlying applications, such as aggregated key performance indicators (KPIs). As a result, user can determine directly from the SAP Fury Launchpad which applications require direct intervention, which is not required. Okay, tiles are assigned to the Launchpad groups, which allows for the transparent tile structure and also enables user to directly access a group of tiles via the drop-down menu in the upper right area of the screen. Access control via SAP Fury user roles. Okay, the availability of the tiles in the Launchpad depends on the centrally assigned roles of the users. These roles are a specific SAP Fury roles that must not be confused with authorization roles in the traditional SAP business solutions. Right, this is very important. So I'm just repeating, the availability of the tiles in the Launchpad depends on the centrally assigned roles of the users. These roles are specific SAP Fury roles that must be not be confused with authorization roles in the traditional SAP business suite solutions, right? So access control via SAP Fiori user roles. Okay. Thus, when migrating to SAP S4HANA, you should factor insufficient time for planning or adapting your enterprise specific role structure. Right? In SAP S4HANA, applications are more focused on actual work process and try to guide user more effectively through this process than the previous one. You will also have a lot of freedom to customize the predefined designs. These changes are dynamic. Settings such as filters affect the displayed results and available process options in a real time and comprehensive search functions. Okay, in addition to the modern design for applications, including the completely new structure and the order of screen elements, a search function has also been implemented. Okay, user can search for any keywords such as a long text, pair of key numbers, names, and much more. The search is carried out across the various business objects and even across system boundaries, and results include matches related to the keyword. This powerful search functionality eliminates the disadvantage of previous SAP interfaces, which usually only permitted users to search for the individual field values via F4 function help. Right? That is really, I'm not even interested in that actually. So, yeah, SAP, if you are using Fiori apps, that search functionality will be more useful. And then help function. If users still have a question about how to use applications, a newly designed documentation system here supports the self-help options. The so-called X-ray documentation approach enables user to click on the areas about which they want more information rather than going through the entire documentation. Okay, this helps the system navigates this helps system navigates the user to relevant documentation. Okay, and then enhancement. Of course, you can also extend the SAP Fiori user interfaces. Okay, in contrast to extending SAP Business Suite, you usually don't have to write any code to extend the SAP Fiori user interfaces. Right? What's called key user extensibility allows user to add custom fields, hide or display objects, modify structures, or supplements the calculation logic. For example, okay, only enhancements that cannot use key user extensibility require you to write the new code. Okay, And I heard actually that is also a very limited thing. Actually, if a major customization or development is required, you need to approach SAP customer care center. They will guide you and they will develop on your behalf, and they will push the development things or code through the cloud. Okay. Every once in quarter, or I'm not sure in that actually how the SAP is doing that. Normally, actually, once in 3 months, actually they will pushing all the updates to the through cloud, right? So to the customers placing in the cloud. So officially released SAP Fiori apps can enable your enterprise or SAP partners to develop custom SAP UI5 based SAP Fiori application using the SAP Web IDE. The browser based toolkit can be found on the SAP Cloud platform and includes an integrated development environment. Developing custom user interfaces is extremely important for most SAP customers. In today's SAP Business Suite, about 50% of the interfaces used by SAP customers are custom developments. Okay. Finally, you can assign a custom theming to your user interfaces to map the corporate identity on the screen. Consider your company's color scheme and logo. So you can whatever customization you require, you can implement in the Fiori interfaces. And you can find further information for redesigning the SAP user experience UX using the SAP Fiori, the website that is www.sap.com/product/Fiori HTML. For more information on SAP Fiori 2.0, please use the website https://experience.sap.com /skillup /sap Fiori 2 -0 -d ideal overview. You can find the video covering design concepts at the following website, that is https // www.youtube.com/watch, right? And we have many thing actually. Question mark v is equal to n, capital N, capital S, small q, 40, small z, capital small f, small u, small y, and then actually, yeah, ll, I think. You can use you can access the SAP Fiori application reference library at the following websites: https Fiori apps library .hana.ondemand.com /sap/pix /external viewer. For more information on SAP Web IDE, go to the use the following https www.sap.com/developer/topics/sap-web IDE .html. For more information on development guidelines on for SAP Fiori 2.0, use https://experience.sap-fiori-2 -0-administration-and developer-guide.pdf. So accessing traditional transactions, right? All elements mentioned in the section are only available with the newly designed SAP S/4HANA. If you want to access traditional SAP ERP applications, you will have to follow the usual approaches. However, if required, you can also provide the traditional transactions in the SAP Fiori Launchpad. Okay. Gradual interaction. In summary, in a nutshell, we can make a following statement. You can convert an SAP ERP system to SAP S4 HANA system without directly implementing SAP Fiori across the entire system landscape. Okay. However, in this case, you won't benefit from SAP S4 HANA significantly simplified applications and can only use the traditional SAP Business Suite applications. Okay. Thus, your SAP S/4HANA implementation project should be minimally include a gradual introduction of SAP Fiori UI concept, because the SAP Fiori concept is a role-based one. You can easily select the individual business areas and employee groups for conversion. Because of the benefit provided by the SAP Fiori, SAP S/4HANA Cloud can only use SAP Fiori UI5. Okay. Uh, the new SAP Fiori UI concept is controlled on the basis of the roles and can thus be introduced gradually. Okay, and now let's move on to the interfaces, right? So far, this video focused on SAP S/4HANA innovations that affect a single system. If you migrate from an existing SAP ERP system to the SAP S/4HANA system, this ERP system is usually integrated into the system landscapes or has been enhanced with the custom or third-party applications. So, what do you have to take into account in these cases, right? So, first, you should determine how the system has been integrated or enhanced, that is status quo. So, integration via SAP Process Integration (PI) or SAP Process Orchestration (PO). Existing integration that follows through the SAP PA or SAP PO middleware can be kept. SAP S/4HANA is completely compatible with SAP PA and SAP PO. To integrate new or significantly change SAP S/4HANA application, you might have to implement additional integration content. Okay, integration via authorized interfaces. You can continue to use authorized interfaces such as business application programming interfaces, that is BAPI, right? In SAP S/4HANA, implementations of these interfaces are adapted to the new data model, right? If required, this compatibility yeah, interfaces are adapted to the new data model if required. No, actually, I totally totally confused. Again, I'm saying integration via authorized interfaces. In that, you can continue to use authorized interfaces such as business application programming interfaces, BAPI. In SAP S/4HANA, implementations of these interfaces are adapted to the new data models if required. This compatibility again refers to the traditional application scenarios only, okay? And then proprietary integration. If you have implemented custom access options or interfaces, you have to analyze whether you can continue to use them in SAP S/4HANA. When implementing the new data model, SAP took into account compatibility, right? And third party applications, if you use a third party applications, you should contact your software provider for more information on their compatibility with SAP S/4HANA. Normally actually all this legacy people will have mentioned in the catalog actually whether it is compatible with SAP or not. So all the details are available, and which system it will work finally, those things are given by the vendors. Depending on software vendors, I'm telling. Depending on the result of this analysis, you may have to include follow-up measures in planning of your migration project. Right? In a nutshell, the more strictly you follow the SAP recommendation for the implementation and more modifications, free enhancement, or standard interfaces you use, the less follow-up is work is required. Okay, so we can check on discuss on the other parts of the things we can in coming session. And now actually I like to add SAP S/4HANA embedded analytics. Okay, so the analytical functionality provided by the SAP S/4HANA referred to the SAP S/4HANA embedded analytics. These functions enable users, not just analysts, analytical data experts, but any user, to create and carry out the real-time analysis based on SAP S/4HANA application data. Standard reports and analytical SAP Fury apps are also be delivered by the SAP S/4HANA. The analytical data is displayed via the new Fury Launchpad, which is based on the SAP Fury technology. Okay, CDS views. Technically, SAP S/4HANA embedded analytical functions are based on the core data services, that is simply called CDS in short, views of the ABAP layer in the SAP S/4HANA, that is core data services. Okay, these core data services CDS views are databases views organized in a virtual data model, that is VDM. On the basis of this core data services views, the user can run queries on the transactional data in the real time. For these queries, user can either use default views, enhance existing views, or create a new views based on the relevant application tables. Okay. In addition to fast customization of analytical queries, SAP S/4HANA simplified the data structures considerably, enhanced the creation of queries in a real time because aggregates have been omitted and data redundancy is thus eliminated. Users do not have to know the aggregates logic and can build these queries on the data of the native tables. Analytical data in SAP Fiori. Okay, analytical data is usually displayed via SAP Fiori interfaces. Various user interfaces and use cases are provided for the different user groups, that is end users, key users and developers. Okay, end users are provided with analytical analysis that are developed to role and use cases, but tools and functions of analytical key users are also available to enable them to create their own queries, right? So the user can able to create our group based on the business needs. It's a custom screen they can able to do. Okay, and if you see SAP embedded analytics, different user roles can be managed. In front end we have end users, key users, developers. So below the end users, we have SAP Smart Business Cockpits, multi-dimensional reports, query browser, analytical SAP Fiori apps, and below the key users, we have query designer, SAP Fiori, KPI modeler, and below the developer section, we have ABAP in Eclipse. Okay, and this is a visual data model VDM in S4 HANA consists of contract validity, incoming sales orders, average delivery times, purchasing. So just I am giving an example. Okay, analyze it will the sales order fulfillment overview page for critical sales orders will have the complete analysis of the client details, and then total issues, net value, everything can be highlighted with the graphical representations, right? So everything is there. So this is really a good advantage for the user to use SAP Fiori on S4, SAP S4 HANA. So critical sales orders I already told. Let's look example for the user role. An internal sales employees, right? To illustrate how to integrate of analytical data supports the processing of critical sales orders. SAP Fiori app for sales order fulfillment enable employees to process exceptions for the sales order, critical orders. Example orders where the promised delivery date cannot be kept and displayed in an overview page, right? So from this page, user can navigate to the relevant details, views and analyze the reasons for the delay of individual for each critical orders. Okay, so you can find more applications for the analytics on https colon forward slash double forward slash experience.sap.com slash skill up slash sap hyphen fury slash 2 slash o or 0 slash a slash primer or embedded analytics, right? Or in the SAP Fiori apps reference library at www.sap.com slash Fiori hyphen apps hyphen library. So I think actually with that I have covered the basic comparison between the SAP Business Suite and the current SAP S4 HANA based on the growing data volume, in-memory SAP HANA technology, in-memory databases, future challenges, holistic value chains, need digital core, and the core business process simplifications and new data model in the HANA databases, right, consisting of overlap, OLTP, technical restrictions, and integration, and SAP HANA based on data permanently stored in the main memory, that is RAM, optimization for the business software's column-based approach of HANA compared to the traditional ECC. We have the row-based approach, and the data model aggregates are omitted. Existing ABAP dictionary tables are redesigned, and code push down is encouraged, and handling the existing data without replacing any tables. So it will accept the data, and on execution, it will all the data can be pulled in the SAP HANA database, that is MADDOC. And sizing, where it is important actually the sizing in ECC is different from the SAP S4 HANA, right? That is different. So SAP Fiori interface, the role-based portals, UA concept, transaction apps, fact sheets, analysis apps, and the new interfaces. In traditional interfaces, we have the very old systems, and those are obsolete. And now SAP S4HANA with Fury interfaces and all these things have a live system connection with the mobile computer or whatever it may be, and sensors and everything. So so this is really an advantage to the user, and user can himself can create the can add the customized or not a customized whatever roles they need or any apps required. They can form the page in their Fury screen. So that is encouraged. So this is more user-friendly tool compared to the traditional SAP Business Suite. I hope the difference I have given here are more fulfilling, and I hope everyone likes that. If you are interested, please give likes and also subscribe my channel. Yeah, and press the bell icon. Thanks for watching. This is Shivakumar here, signing off.